Joining us now, another friend of Inside Erie Politics, State Representative Pat Harkins. Pat, welcome tonight.
Thanks for having me.
How are you, sir? You had a chance, my friend, to meet the Vice President today. What was she like, sir?
Phenomenal. She was very outgoing, very gracious. As soon as I met her, I gave her a hug. She gave me a hug back, and I felt as though I was taking up too much of her time, but I said, we've got a lot of issues here. We need a lot of help, and she said, you know, we gotta win this one, and you're guaranteed the help. So I felt very good.
Pat, for weeks we heard, when is she going to be here? And she made it. How much of an energetic boost was it tonight, locally, to have her here?
I was getting texts from people, so we must have been on the national news, and it must have been covered live. But there were people in Cincinnati, Ohio, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and a Baltimore friend who all texted me and said, she hit it out of the park, and they recognized my wife and my kids.
You're looking at these pictures on the screen, Pat. What do you make of these lines that you saw for the support?
We got there at 5 o'clock, and we parked on 7th and State, and to see that when we pulled up was unbelievable. I was worried it was a Monday night. You know, you don't know how many people are going to show up with work the next day and things like that. But it wrapped around all the way over to Kerrs on 10th and Holland. And I just thought of my dad's old days in Tullio and Bagnoni, and people that come out and believe in something and they want a new direction for the country.
You were in your state rep car, so you just went right to the front, right?
No, I took my wife's car. It runs better.
Pat, I read a story today. Pennsylvania is either 7th or 8th, and television advertising dollars spent. No surprise, but do you expect even more money to be spent in the
The
final
ad
three?
buys are phenomenal. What's coming, I think they're just going to saturate, and you know, people at home that are watching these are being hit from all sides. But I think, again, at the end of the day, the public wants to see something new. They want to see something different, and I think they saw that tonight with the Vice President.
What do you make, Pat, of all the negative campaign ads that are out there? Do you think that helps the campaign that's putting that out there against the other one, or do they want to see more positive ads of their candidate?
I never believed in negative campaigning. My first campaign, I had 3 opponents, and I actually invited one to lunch on election day. Randy Brewer was a write-in candidate. He cracked my back for me that night because I couldn't stand up straight. I believe in civility, in working together with people. I've tried to do that all my career. But at the end of the day, people want to see us working together on both sides of the aisle. I hope that she wins and that we can come together as a country and be on the same page on these issues.
Does it ever surprise you how much attention this state and this area gets? I was watching 60 Minutes last night, saw Governor Shapiro.
That. Yeah.
So, I mean, it is out there every single day.
And I think back to 1982, I was judge of elections in the front of Tech High School. I was the youngest. And something else with that, but I got a call from ABC News that night, and they said, your area is a bellwether state, and that's my first indoctrination into that. And then last week I was in Rochester, New York with the Great Lakes Commission talking to friends from New York City, and they said, hey, we're going to be watching you again. We always watch to see what happens in Erie, because by custom it always seems to follow what the national trends are.
Pat, we have about 30 seconds left here. What do you think the issues are that Kamala Harris is focused on that's going to help out Erie County voters in the end?
The economy, I think that's, everybody knows that right now. But just herself getting her point across to the public who might not know her. She did a yeoman's job tonight. She really went out and hit it out of the park. And I think people are going to be receptive to that. I know the people that we saw as we were leaving just were taken in awe with her.